Hey guys, so for this video, we're gonna make it just like a little bit different. It's not necessarily going to be about going to be like an episode, like a long 30-minute video. It's just going to be like a short message of encouragement and of hope that we would like to share. So I like to start off by quoting this verse in Romans 12:12. And it states, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer." So I like this verse because it's like very simple, easy to understand. Sorry. It's simple, it's easy to understand, and I think it's like a great verse to just meditate on and to really just think about. So I just want to break it down. So it says, "Be joyful in hope." So when I think of hope, I think of something that you haven't received yet. So let's just say you're hoping to get accepted in that job you applied for. You're hoping to get into that dream school of yours. You're hoping for, just so much. It's a lot of good and positive things, which is like it's really good to do. Like you're being positive about it, and you're just having that hope. So it says, "Be joyful while you're hoping." So it's like saying put in that positive energy while you're hoping. You know, believe that you've already received it. You've already received what you're hoping for by being joyful. Just say, like for me, for example, I'm applying for schools for master's programs. I'm joyful in the process. I'm not saying, oh, well, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I will get accepted. No, I'm going to be joyful in it. So, and the next part is patient in affliction. So affliction is like the pain, the troubles that are in your life. It could be like, let's just say at work you're having a hard time, or school, you're having difficulties studying. It's a lot of affliction. You feel afflicted. Maybe you have problems in your home or problems internally. You're going through like fears or anxieties or whatever it may be. It says be patient during those times. Don't react, but step back and be calm about it. And really just like look around and say, hey, this too shall pass. In the last part, it says faithful in prayer. So sometimes, we don't feel like praying like every day, for example, or just like talking to God every day, or like we forget, or we're just like so tired. So when it says be faithful in prayer, when you're faithful towards something, you have like a pattern with that thing. You're loyal to it. You're consistent with it. So like I've gone through times where I'm just like, oh, like I'm too tired to pray. I'll just go to sleep, and then I just wake up not feeling like too good about myself, or like my day feels like rushed, or the day doesn't feel like really like blessed. So when I force myself to just be faithful in prayer, so no matter how tired I am, I just say like something small to God, like, God, thank you so much for today, for giving me another day in life, and for giving me everything that I need, and just really reminiscing on the goodness of God and what he's done for us. Then that's perfect. So I really like this verse right here: be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. So I feel like that's what it means to me. So
I was gonna ask, what about those times when you feel like you're backed up in a corner with everything consuming? Like what? I know people will read this and then or listen to this podcast and they're gonna be like, well, I'm already in that corner and I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So how do you necessarily get out of that corner when you feel like everything is overcoming you?
So whenever I feel like everything is like overcoming me, like it's okay to just like have those breakdowns. It's okay to cry. It's okay to just feel weak. There's nothing wrong with that. Like even like Jesus himself, he wept, he cried, he felt tired, he felt exhausted, he felt the things that we felt. So I say like it's okay to just like process everything, but at the same time don't dwell on it. don't allow it to consume you, you know. But if you are like just feeling like you're just drowning in, you know, just the problems of life, step back and analyze everything. Take it one step at a time. Think about, okay, like for me, I go back to the root. What caused me to feel this way? Why am I allowing these people or these problems, the worries, really affect me? And what I always go back on, there's a saying, it goes, why spend 5 minutes worrying about it if it's not going to matter in 5 years? It goes something like that. And I think like, wow, like that's such a simple yet powerful statement. So I always remind myself of that statement. And then also when I'm really going through it, I have to go somewhere where I'm by myself, like in my room, or like I play calm music, maybe go out for a walk, like I surround myself with nature and just talk to God about everything or write everything down. And usually like I feel better then. Maybe take a nap. I know that sounds like pretty simple, but sometimes you just need to rest. Give yourself a break and just have that you time or spend time with God and open your heart up to Him, and you'll go through with it. You'll end up walking on the waters, and the waters will not be consuming you. So that's how I take it.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like in today's society, you kind of, like all of us, it's always foot on the gas pedal, go, 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 go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no time for rest. It's like, you know, there's plenty of time that we have. We're not, I know we're not guaranteed our time, but yeah, we have to make it valuable
Mm-hmm.
and make it worth, you know, every second, every day, every week, every month, every year. But I feel like I notice is as long as you're in a state of learning,
Mm-hmm.
in a state of wanting to try something new, to do something new,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's more beneficial. You know what I mean? Because you're. I'm not saying open up to go and do these bad things that okay, Dempson said to do this, and you know you'll learn. It's like no, you can tell what's bad and what's good for you, and I feel like a lot of people now they don't have a lot of good things that they look forward to. You know, I feel like they just kind of go from home to work, home to work, blah blah blah, and then next thing you know, they hang out with friends or family, and then rinse and repeat next week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like they don't have things that are making them look forward for the day.
Yeah.
You know, like they wake up and they're already in a bad mood. They didn't have their coffee. They didn't, you know what I mean? So I feel like you really have to cherish these days because, like I said, our time's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And it could happen any second.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically just saying
be joyful and hope. Like
yeah,
the verse
exactly
says.
what the verse says, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. And so what I was thinking about while reading this, you know, it's mainly the thing that stood out to me was patient in affliction, because like I talked about before, is that you know when you get caught up with a lot of different things, you kind of just it's just everything's backing you into a corner and you're like there's no way out. I can't go underneath or on top or through. And it happens a lot. Like it's not easy to go through it, but you know another thing is God said this path isn't going to be easy. It's a narrow path. It's not made just for everyone. It's made for people who really want to accept God into their life and that Jesus really bled for our sins, you know.
He died for our sins. Yeah.
And so, you know, yeah, the main thing that stands out is patient affliction, because I feel like in our world now there's kind of more problems that are coming and more situations that are making people think and causing people to stress, to get anxiety, to get depression. And I feel like another thing that God said is basically He'll help you through the storm, no matter where exactly you are. He'll always give out His hand.
He'll always be there. You know, it's not like you're gonna have a perfect life. It's the fact that God He loves you so much. He loves you unconditionally. He loves you more than you could ever imagine. So he's going to be with you through the fire. So don't ever think, oh, I'm going through this alone. I can't handle it anymore. You know, you go through affliction, you go through troubles, like, you know, and you allow it to beat you up. You allow it to overcome you.
To consume you.
To consume you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to snap yourself out from that spiraling downward thought and be like, wait, God is with me. You know, the Lord, he loves me so much. He is with me through these problems. Let me go back to what he says. Let me go back to his words, because his words give me life. They give me peace. Let me talk to God. Let me be faithful in prayer, like it says in this verse. Because when you have that communion, that relationship with God, you feel so much better. Like I was talking about it with my aunt, and she goes through so much stress at work. And we usually have like gatherings, like we'd have like Bible studies and just talk about God and how, you know, just the goodness of God and how great he is. And she told us like, wow, she's like, I love spending time in God's presence, because all the stress that I experience from work, all the, you know, anxiety and just anger, she's like, it leaves me. And she really means it. Like, it's not just like, you know, she's trying to, you know, promote Christianity or, you know, no, like these are facts. These are true. And it's just like amazing what God can do when you just simply say, yes, Lord.
When you open the door when he knocks.
Yeah. When you just simply open up the door and just have him come in, you just step back and see him move in your life. Mm-hmm. You know, like you'll receive a peace that surpasses all understanding, you know? And speaking of, you know, being patient in affliction, I remember there was like this nurse practitioner I worked for. I think I told you about her. She was just, for some reason, she was just so mean and rude to me. And I'm very nice to everyone. I'm very patient, you know. And when I would ask her questions about patients or, you know, give her like, you know, patient charts, she'd snatch the charts from me, or sometimes she would ignore me if I asked her a question, just very rude and mean. But I didn't let her affect me. I didn't let her allow me to change my mind about, you know, like, or just like ruin my day.
To cause hate, to cause your mind to be filled up with bad things that shouldn't even be filled with.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow her negativity to bring me down, or the way that she treats me to bring me down. I'm still going to be nice and positive and just continue to shine the light of God, because I'm happy, I'm fulfilled, and I am filled with the Spirit of God. And I'm not going to let these people to bring me down. And that's exactly what happened. And I continue to just stay positive, and I even talked to God about it. And next thing you know, she ended up getting fired. So
now she's not saying that just because she prayed the person got fired.
Yeah, I didn't tell God, like, God, please have her to be fired. No. On the contrary, I just told God, like, hey, like, Lord, I don't know what she's going through, but I just pray that she would have an encounter with you, and that whatever trouble she's going through, that you would help her with it. Like, I'd bless her, basically. And God saw what I was going through, and she would do things that were very rude to me and disrespectful. But long story short, she ended up getting fired just suddenly like that. I came to the clinic and she's no longer there. And so don't ever think like, oh, God doesn't see what I'm going through. You know, it could be within family. And, you know, I've had, you know, troubles within family too. But God will literally take away the people that are just hurting you and putting you down and disrespecting you, because God sees. And as long as you're being good and even praying for the person who's not treating you right, and I know that's hard, but like I said, when you have that connection with God, you operate on a level that's way up here. That's on level 100. So no matter what these people are doing way below you that are operating on level 0 or 1, you already know that they're down here, you know? So that's why you don't really let it affect you. But on the contrary, you pray for them, you bless them. God sees your heart towards these people that are treating you, badly, and He will just move them away from you. So that is the reward of being, faithful in prayer, patient in affliction, and joyful in hope. So
Yeah, no, it's just, like we were talking about, is just there's certain situations that we feel like that something needs to be changed because it feels like it's consuming us, and so we need to. A lot of people don't know what to do, and they just want, oh, okay, that's it. It's like, no, there's a lot of things you can do, but I feel like at the beginning and at the end of the day, and even during the day, really just like understanding that God is with you in every step of the path. He's guiding you throughout this whole path, and yeah, you might go off path for a little while and you realize, okay, I need to go back. So you retrace back your steps and you go back to where you started, and then you go down that same path. Like, it's not going to be one straight path through life and that's it. It's like, no, there's going to be curves, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be things coming your way, but by the power of God, you're going to go through everything.
Yeah, you're going to go through it, and not only go through it, but you're going to overcome it and become a better person. You're going to keep leveling up, because these afflictions, these problems, these troubles, the negative people that come your way are there to strengthen you and to help you become a better person, to help you become a better leader. Then one day you're going to look back and be like, wow, I'm so glad I went through those storms in life, because now I know what it means to have faith. Now I know what it means to have joy. Now I know what it means to show love and mercy and grace, because you go through the things that are opposite of that. And so it teaches you, hey, I need to do this instead of that. I need to respond, which is out of wisdom, instead of react, which is out of emotions. Notice the difference, guys. So you really do learn a lot when you have that connection with God. And when you have God in your life, you overcome. You don't let those things to drown you. So it's honestly such a beautiful experience, and it's very rewarding. And yeah. So.
Yeah. Basically just coming to a conclusion, summary is that, no matter what you guys go through, God is still going to be guiding you down the path. I know you might seem that, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not
qualified.
I'm not qualified to do what God is telling me to do, but I feel like we're talking, like when we say that, we're talking about what we already did. And you can't really do anything after you've done something.
Like in the past.
Yeah.
Like your past doesn't define you.
Yeah, like what you do today defines you for today. But tomorrow, you can get defined by something else. So, but it's, at the end of the day, just really defining who you really are through God, and basically He will show you who you're supposed to be, and basically helping you through any difficulty that you have in life, or anything really that's affecting you.
Yeah. So that's the message for today. It's almost reaching 30 minutes in 10 minutes. Yeah. We've said it was going to be a short one, but
it's a little shorter.
Yeah.
But we want to say, thank you guys again for listening to our podcast. Please let us know if any questions you guys have or any concerns.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to help as much as we can.
Especially what we're talking about. If you guys want more tips, or just questions about how to be joyful in hope, how to be patient in affliction, or how to be faithful in prayer, please let us know, and we'll be more than happy to explain to you guys. So, but thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope you guys have an amazing day.
Thank you guys.